Ladies and gentlemen, Helldivers 2 has shown us the most effective way to get your entire community from loving you to absolutely hating you pretty much overnight. Now, I haven't covered Helldivers on this channel since it wasn't something I was fully invested in, but being that this is the biggest Helldivers 2 controversy since launch, and the fact that it's going to be affecting me as much as the next guy, well, let's dive into the juice. So moving forward, a PlayStation account would have been needed in order to play Helldivers 2. And Sony's reasoning behind this is because they claim that account linking plays a critical role in protecting us as the players. Now, I don't know about you, but I felt like I've been just fine and dandy and very safe in the past few months without linking anything to my account. And then they went ahead and said the reason why this wasn't implemented at the launch of the game was simply because of technical errors. So this starts off pretty damn sketchy already, but as of May 6th, all new Helldivers players would have had required to connect their Steam account to a PSN account, and already existing players will have a grace period lasting until June 4th. And after that, we wouldn't have been able to play the game anymore unless we link our Steam to a PSN account. But luckily, the player base has spoken. The Helldivers community has spread their democracy, and surprisingly, we've been listened to. Sony has officially backed out of their decision regarding the Steam and PlayStation account linking. And boys, that was quite the bullet we dodged there. But we're not fully out of the weeds yet. So first off, it would have just been super inconvenient for us to do this as a PC gamer. And to tell somebody that they just absolutely need a PlayStation account, it's a bit ridiculous. Now, as I said, we're not completely out of the clear just yet, but we can consider this a big win for the community. And it seems like Sony finally got the message. We still do have some restrictions and some other humps we got to go over, but there was literally zero benefit for any of us the way that they tried implementing the system. It was just another hoop for us to jump through to actually enjoy the game. Now, the option is still open for them to go another way, where they attach maybe a cosmetic or something along those lines to incentivize us to link our accounts. And of course, make it optional. That would be better. The second thing, and most important to me, was the fact that they pulled this like 2 months after the game launches, which means most of us are well past the Steam refund window, and majority of us are already huge fans of the game. So it's like you gave me a piece of candy and was like, all right, you had enough, give me that back. So if this was made a bit clearer from the start that this is something that needed to be done, well, it would have been fine, since we could decide if we'd like to still participate in the purchasing of that said game. And honestly, some people just don't want to give their personal information out to Sony. And rightfully so. Now, some things that are still in the works is the fact that like 2/3 of the countries in the world don't even have access to the PlayStation Network. So these people literally can't make a PSN account even if they wanted to. But Steam allowed them to buy and play the game anyways. So somewhere out there, someone in some country can't make a PSN account and has bought this game, and it's well beyond their refund window. So what would you say they do at this point? It's just another good reason for them to pull back on this linking account system. And there's got to be those people out there that are just like, well, you could just go make a PSN profile with some fake information, or if you're in a country that doesn't support the PlayStation Network, just run it through a VPN and use a different IPS from different countries. Get the hell out of here with all of that. I'm just trying to continue the game that I have been playing for the past 3 months, and now you're asking me to jump through all these extra hoops just to do something I already have been doing? No, I think we're good on that. And not for nothing, but if you choose to jump through these hoops, these are all things that are against Sony's terms of service anyways. So this can lead to your PSN account being banned, therefore losing access to the game. This wasn't adding up for a good time here, folks. But the fact of the matter is, Helldivers 2 would have taken a big hit here and would have definitely been losing a massive amount of players. How many? Well, get this. According to the industry's analyst Matt Piscatella, Helldivers 2 is the best-selling premium game of 2024 year to date, and it ranks 7th in lifetime US dollar sales for all published Sony titles. Now, I believe part of the success is due to its consumer-friendly price point at just sitting at $40. It's almost half of what a AAA runs these days, and I think gamers are just getting a little more hesitant to drop $70 on a brand new game. But another huge part of the success of Helldivers that can't be denied was the PC market. If you factor out just the PC sales, Helldivers 2 will go from the 7th highest grossing Sony published game in history to not even ranking at the top 20. This is a huge player base we're talking about here, folks, and it's an even bigger slap in the face to a large and important section of your consumer base, Sony. And they knew it after the reaction they received and seen from the community. We'll dive into those numbers in a second. And on that note, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell for more of this coming your way. It helps me out very much. Thank you so much, guys. But it was just really unfortunate knowing that the devs are sitting here stuck in the crossfire, and it's not really their fault, with this kind of being forced on them whether they like it or not. Now, the community manager Twinbeard said on Discord to a question about regions where PSNs weren't available, quote, "First of all, it's Sony's decision, not ours. Secondly, we don't have all the details about region-related issues yet. We're chasing Sony to get more information." Now, when somebody pushed back asking why you just didn't say no about all of this, he then added, quote, "Sorry, but if you believe that, you really don't understand how big partnerships work. Sony owns the Helldivers IP. Of course we have input and something to say, but it's part of a much wider discussion. This is not an argument of what to have for dinner." In other words, the devs probably have some negotiation power, but some things are non-negotiable. And when Sony is your publisher running the game through the PSN, it looked like that was not up for discussion. Now, while Twinbeard was trying to keep it professional and relatively diplomatic, the spark that set all this off was from the Associates community manager Spitz. Well, he went another route, stating, quote, "It's not like this is the first or even the 14th mainstream game that requires a third-party account that takes a couple of minutes to create. But if it's a deal breaker to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and a password and then forget about it, change your Steam review and show your displeasure down on a platform where it matters." So that's exactly what people did. There was an insane amount of negative reviews hitting the game on Steam. Over 50,000 negative reviews showed up within a day, bringing the game's recent review score down to mostly negative, with only 39% of those recent reviews still being positive. Then, in response to a comment saying this will kill Helldivers 2 on Steam, Spitz again replies with another lovely and thoughtful message. "I thought you were refunding and leaving." Damn. I think this guy needs to just take it back a little bit. Now, even though this is being addressed by Sony and they decided not to go through with this, first of all, I just can't see how this game is ever going to recover from this stain that now shows in their review score. And second, you already know Sony is not done yet. I can almost feel them giving another update on how they plan on going about making us link our accounts. They're going to have to be very clear moving forward on how they plan on rolling this out. What is PlayStation/Sony's policy for the future in terms of account linking? Is Helldivers 2 completely in the clear from this, or will they go the other way, making it mandatory for all their online games, especially looking at the multi-platformers? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, the CEO commented, "Ouch," right in the review score. Well, I guess it's warranted. Sorry everyone for how this has transpired. I hope we will make it up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. I just want to make great games. You could really tell that the entire team was not happy about this, and it just seems like a crew that really enjoys gaming in general. But let me know your thoughts on all this craziness below. What do you think Sony's next steps are going to be? But anyways, enough with that. Let's switch it up a bit and get into some of those latest updates that came to us in the patch that released this week. First off, the biggest winner of the patch was the Senator pistol. It got a big damage buff and a new speed loader for when it's fully out of ammo. The devs also decided to fix an issue where the sickle and the quasar were unable to shoot through foliage. This was handled, and it's another nice win for us. Then we have the Diligence counter sniper. This is significantly better handling now, and it actually can one-shot devastators if you land a headshot. So after months of sniper rifles being absolutely terrible, we finally have one that's gonna feel great to use. But the best buff of them all is they actually added a menu option to disable automatic climbing and vaulting while sprinting. This way I won't keep climbing on top of every stupid supply drop every time. And not just us Helldivers received the buff. You know about them stalkers, right? Those little cloaky bugs that sneak up on you? Well, you were kind of able to see them in the distance because their cloak interacted really weird with the fog and actually made them more visible. Well, it turns out that wasn't supposed to be the case, and that was fixed. So with this patch, the stalkers are now able to properly stalk, and they will genuinely be cloaked and harder to see. All in all, we got some very nice wins here. A quick thank you to the Helldivers community. You need to keep up your communication to keep Sony off our ass and out of our games. Hit that like button if you liked the video, subscribe, ring the notification bell for more, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!